Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're like me, you know that the Pittsburgh Steelers are always in the thick of things, always fighting, always striving to get back to that Super Bowl stage. And this offseason, there's been a lot of buzz, a lot of questions swirling around the team, especially when it comes to contracts, leadership, and the future of this franchise. Well, recently, the Steelers made a statement by locking down one of their key defensive players. On Monday night, they announced the signing of safety Deshawn Elliot to a 2-year, $12.5 million extension. And let me tell you, that's not just a routine move. It's a signal of the team's commitment to building a solid, aggressive defense that can compete at the highest level. Elliot, who joined the Steelers midway through the 2024 season, quickly proved that he belonged in this defense. His impact was felt immediately. You could see the difference he made in the secondary, bringing a level of physicality and veteran savvy that's invaluable for a team that's always aiming to be tough, disciplined, and relentless. His extension, which comes at a very fair price for a player of his caliber, reflects how much the Steelers value not just his production, but his leadership and experience. It's a move that solidifies the secondary, which is a crucial part of any championship-winning team. But as fans, we can't help but look at the bigger picture. Yes, Elliott's extension is fantastic, no doubt about it. The team is locking in key pieces, avoiding the kind of off-season drama that can derail a season before it even begins. Still, amidst all the celebration, there's one name that's still hanging in the balance, one name that's absolutely essential to the Steelers' future success, T.J. Watt. And that's where the real story begins. Because Watt, the face of this franchise, the heartbeat of this defense, still doesn't have a new contract. And that's a situation that's starting to create some quiet tension among fans and even within the locker room. If you've been following the Steelers closely, you already know what TJ Watt means to this team. He's not just a star pass rusher, he's a game changer. Four-time All-Pro, with 108 sacks and 33 forced fumbles in just 121 games, Watt is a true generational talent. Every time he steps onto the field, he brings energy, intensity, and a relentless desire to dominate. He's the kind of player that lifts everyone around him, the kind of leader that younger players like Elliot look up to. Watt isn't just a cornerstone, he's the engine that drives this defense, the guy who can turn the tide of a game single-handedly. And that's why Steelers fans are watching this situation so closely. Because while they're celebrating Elliott's well-deserved extension, there's an undercurrent of concern. The team has always been known for its strategic, timely contract extensions, building a culture of loyalty, respect, and stability. They did that with Elliott early to avoid off-season noise, and it paid off. But Watt, he's a different story. Watt is not just another player, he's the franchise. And if the Steelers don't lock him down soon, it could send a ripple of uncertainty through the locker room, through the fanbase, and across the division. What makes Watt's situation even more critical is the fact that he's done everything asked of him and more. He's been a model of consistency and excellence, a player who's always hungry to get better and who's never satisfied with the status quo. His leadership on and off the field is unquestioned, and his influence extends beyond just his sack numbers. Watt is a true leader, someone who inspires his teammates to give that extra effort, to push through adversity, and to believe that they can achieve greatness. Now, let's talk about the numbers, because Watt's stats are truly eye-popping. Over his career, he's amassed 108 sacks, which puts him right among the elite pass rushers in NFL history at such an early stage of his career. His 33 forced fumbles show how disruptive he is, constantly forcing turnovers, changing the momentum of games. And it's not just about the stats, it's about his presence on the field. The opposing offensive lines know when Watt is coming, and they still struggle to contain him. His speed, strength, and instincts make him a nightmare for any quarterback. This kind of talent doesn't come around every day, and teams that have a player like Watt often hold on to them at all costs. The Steelers, historically, have been a franchise that values their stars, that recognizes the importance of locking down their key players before they hit free agency or start asking for top dollar elsewhere. We've seen it before, players like Troy Polamalu, James Harrison, and Ben Roethlisberger. These guys were foundational pieces, and the Steelers made sure they stayed. So naturally, fans are now wondering, what's holding up Watt's deal? Is it a matter of dollars? Is it about guarantees? Or is it just a matter of timing and negotiations? Whatever the case, the silence, the waiting, it's starting to create a certain unease. Because we all know that the team's success hinges on Watt's presence. Without him, that pass rush loses a lot of its punch, and the defense becomes vulnerable. And let's not forget, the AFC North is loaded with talented quarterbacks and dynamic offenses. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns all have potent attacks, and the Steelers need Watt on the field to stand a chance. Now, speaking of the division, it's worth noting that the AFC North has been one of the most competitive divisions in recent years. The Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, have become a serious contender, and their offense is explosive. The Ravens, with Lamar Jackson and a stout defense, are always in the mix. The Browns, with their talented roster, are looking to bounce back from setbacks. And the Steelers, well, they want to be right there at the top, competing for division titles and playoff runs. The key to that is having a dominant defense, and Watt is the heart and soul of that unit. So, what can we expect moving forward? Well, the Steelers are likely working behind the scenes, trying to find that sweet spot in negotiations. They know Watt's value, both on the field and in the locker room. They also understand that delaying might be risky. Players like Watt don't wait around forever, especially when they see their peers get paid. The team has shown a willingness to act early with Elliott. Perhaps now it's time to do the same with Watt. The sooner they lock him in, the better it will be for team chemistry, for the morale of the defense, and for the overall outlook of the team heading into the season. And as fans, we should remember that Pittsburgh has a rich history of building through the trenches, through cornerstone players who define eras. Watt is that kind of player. He's the type of guy you build a defense around, a guy who inspires confidence, and a guy who, when healthy, can take over games. It's not just about sacks anymore. It's about leadership, about setting the tone, about making sure that the Steelers remain a feared, respected opponent in the AFC. Now, let's give some context about the current season. The Steelers, despite some ups and downs in recent years, have shown flashes of brilliance. They have a talented roster, a solid coaching staff led by Mike Tomlin, one of the most respected head coaches in the league. The offensive unit, led by their young quarterback, is looking to improve, but it's the defense that keeps them in every game. And Watt, as the centerpiece of that defense, is crucial. The team's success depends on him staying healthy and motivated, which is why this contract situation is so critical. Looking ahead, the Steelers fans are excited about the potential of this team. They believe in the culture that the franchise has built, hard-nosed, disciplined, with a focus on defense and special teams. But they also know that to take that next step, they need their stars signed, motivated, and ready to dominate. The Elliott extension is a step in the right direction, but the real headline that everyone's waiting for is the extension of T.J. Watt. That deal is the key piece to completing the puzzle. So, in summary, we have a team that's making smart moves on the defensive secondary, locking in players like Deshawn Elliot, which is great for immediate stability. But the ultimate question remains, how long will it take to see Watt's name on that contract? Because once that happens, the Steelers will truly be ready to make some noise in the AFC, to challenge their rivals, and to push for another Super Bowl appearance. The fans are anxious, the locker room is eager, and the division is watching closely. The next few weeks could define the trajectory of this franchise for the season ahead, and all eyes are on Watt and his contract negotiations. Remember, the Steelers have a proud history of loyalty and strategic planning, and they know what it takes to win championships. But in this game, timing is everything. The longer they wait, the more that uncertainty grows. So let's stay tuned, keep the faith, and hope that we'll soon be celebrating a big news headline. Steelers extend T.J. Watt. Because when that happens, I promise you, the celebration will be just as loud as a game-winning touchdown in the playoffs. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Whether you're excited about Elliott's extension or anxious about Watt's future, your voice counts. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, more news, and more insights into your favorite team. So stay tuned, keep that passion alive, and let's see this franchise continue to grow and dominate. Thanks for being here, and as always, go Steelers.